Hey geeks, this is Deirdre from wintry cold Appleton, Wisconsin. When I'm not compiling Disney must-eat snack lists and dreaming about palm trees in those hot Florida days, I'm geeking on WDW with Kurt, Mama, Lindsay, Judy, and Ken, and my whole geekin' family.
Hey Disney World geeks, Curtis Stone here, and welcome to episode 387 of the Geekin' on Walt Disney World podcast. And this week, Daniel Ginger joins me to review his wedding anniversary trip with his wife Norma and all his geekin' family at the Grand Geekin' Gathering. Well, if you're new to the podcast, welcome. I've been having fun chatting with Disney World fans and geeks for over 6 years. I started the podcast with my daughter, Lindsay. We started talking about our Disney World trips, and then we brought on our Disney geeks to tell their trip stories. And our listeners are so positive, caring, and generous. People like Daniel Ginger, who you'll hear on the podcast this week. We encourage a family atmosphere, and before too long, they started calling me their podfather, and I continue to bring on you, the listeners, to tell your Disney World stories, and we'd love for you to join our Geekin' family. We've got an amazing private discussion group in Facebook. Go into Facebook and search for the Geekin' on WDW family. It's a group. You can see the page, but the group is where all of the best discussions happen. You can ask questions, share your trip pictures, and just engage with us. And one of the best groups and fans of Disney World geeks just like you. And we're also independent Disney authorized travel agents with Fairy Tale Concierge. Fairy Tale Concierge is a platinum authorized Disney planner agency. And whether you're new to Disney World or you'd like to chat with us about your trip ideas, we'd love to be your Disney travel guides and help you book your room, fast passes, dining reservations. And many of our listeners book their trips with us, and we appreciate you doing that. They even book their own trips and then transfer that booking over to us. You can just contact Mom and Auntie Judy at travelingtiaras@gmail.com. And this is the part of the show where I bring Mom and Auntie Judy on for their weekly segment. Well, they're back. It's been a few weeks.
There we are.
Okay. Hi. Geeks. How are you?
You're out of practice, Traveling Tiaras.
Oh, it's been a while.
We are. It's been very strange.
But this time we're together.
Yeah, we're together today.
Where are you?
We're sitting in my car in the McDonald's parking lot in Winstead.
Yep.
Well,
we're having a little meet and greet together.
Coming in loud and clear.
I haven't seen Judy in 10 days.
I know. I'm allowed to be around people now because it's been 10 days. So
perfect. I mean, am I out of quarantine now?
Yeah, you are too. They say 10 days now, so you're good.
All right. Perfect. Everything's back to normal, and I'm ready to get some tips from you guys. I have lots of people have joined our private Facebook group, but one in particular I would like to highlight today. Her name is Nancy Lamb, and I'd like to thank Nancy for becoming a Patreon supporter.
Awesome, Nancy.
Hi, Nancy. How are you? Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Nancy. Welcome.
I ask a few questions when you join the private Facebook group, and one of them is, what's a topic about Disney World you'd love for us to cover in the podcast? I think this is a great topic for us to cover now, Judy, especially because we were down there recently, and things always change. Touring plans. She wants to know how to tour the parks. We're going to go through it really quickly on kind of a high level. What did you find was different, Judy? How about let's take Hollywood Studios. What was your strategy attacking Hollywood Studios as a touring plan this time?
Well, I think the strategy for attacking all the parks is you've got to get there at rope drop, if not before.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That still holds true. But with the studios, if you want to do Rise of the Resistance, you have to get a boarding pass at 7:00 in the morning. You can do that right from your resort. We kind of walked around the first time trying to find the best cell signal that we could get. Mm-hmm. We got one, and we were with Amy, and we were with Tony Ann, and Kurt was kind of counting down the seconds.
Here's the question.
And wait a minute.
Was it cellular or was it wireless?
Cellular.
Okay.
Curtis is counting down the seconds, and when he said 1, we hit join. I got on, Amy got on, and Tony Ann didn't.
Oh.
And by 7:01, they were all gone. I mean,
less than that.
Yeah, it was that fast.
Probably 30 seconds in.
Yeah,
gone.
Not even 30 seconds. It was like, not even 1 second after 7, it was gone.
Well, listen, I was reading on one of the boards today that people were complaining about a glitch that they had yesterday morning or this morning, where they would do everything just like they said to count down and whatnot. And when they hit the go button, it said, sorry, one of your party is not allowed into the parks or something like that.
Interesting.
Did you guys see that? And then a lot of people said the same thing happened, that their party wasn't
that happened with Tony Ann the first time that she pushed join and she didn't see any of the names. And then when we tried to do it the next time when Kurt was still there, we had the cell signal. He counted down. I pushed join, and none of the names for our party showed up. So I hit join a second time. The name showed up. Was too late.
It was a glitch. I think that's a glitch that they're working on.
And that when we couldn't get on, several members of the Geeks had the same issue. They couldn't get on.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a common one.
Yeah.
Just keep hitting join until something shows up.
Right.
Don't hesitate. Okay.
But then if you're at a resort with the Skyliner, get to the Skyliner early. The line is going to seem long, but it will go quickly.
Crazy long, right? Especially
crazy long.
Caribbean Beach Terminal.
Crazy long at the Caribbean Beach Terminal. Yeah.
We got in line at 7:30 in the morning for Hollywood Studios, and I think this is another theme that you got to follow is get to the parks. If it says the park opens at 9 o'clock, you want to be there by 8 o'clock because they're letting you in early and you can queue up for your favorite attraction.
Yes, they are.
Be at the park at 8 o'clock?
Yes.
Even though it opens at 9? So be at the Skyliner or at your bus stop at 7 o'clock?
Yes.
Exactly.
Wow, okay.
They really are letting you in early.
The earlier you get in line, the better.
Yeah. But the line, don't be put off by the long lines at most of the attractions or the Skyliner. At the Caribbean Beach hub of the Skyliner, the line looked unbelievably long. Down the ramp, up the ramp, down the ramp, up the ramp. It was only 30 minutes. It really and truly was a lot shorter than it looked. The reason that the line looks so long is that they are loading every Skyliner bucket, but they're only putting people of the same party in the bucket. So if you're alone, you're going to get your own bucket alone. They're not going to put other people with you. That's why the line's so long.
Go out to the website and you will find how to get onto the Rise of the Resistance. I've got a page there that you get detailed instructions, plus it links to a podcast that Glenn Kessler very famously has recorded some audio on the best tips to get on the Rise of the Resistance. It's not guaranteed, but it works for many people. Once you get to Hollywood Studios, what's kind of your touring plan idea?
Well, I think the first thing you need to do is go immediately to Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railroad, because the line early in the morning is pretty short, pretty doable, and you can do that. Or go right over to Slinky Dog and rope drop that one, because if you wait on either one of those rides, then the line's going to get long.
Yeah, and you probably should have 2 days in your plans.
Choose. Yeah, you got to choose which one you want to get on.
Perfect.
Whichever one you rope drop, you'll get right on. And then Oh, the other thing that we found was really good for touring is the mobile ordering for your meals. Decide in advance what time you want to eat, and then put your order in for your meal 2 hours before you want your lunch. Pick your time, and then when it's lunchtime, you'll get it. Don't wait until noon and say, I want to eat lunch at noon, because they may not have an available spot until 3 o'clock.
Okay.
So at 10 o'clock, say, I want to eat lunch at noon, order your food, and then when noon comes, you can go get your food, and there's no lines. It's the best thing Disney's done. I hope they keep that.
So that's a little bit different than the last time I was there.
Very different.
As far as choosing a time for your food
You
to be
choose
ready.
a time.
Whereas before you just would say, I'm here.
Right.
And then they would send you another message and say, okay, come get your food.
Right.
That no longer
So
applies.
you choose a time, you pick your food, and then when it gets close to your time, you say, I'm here. And then when they're done preparing your food, your screen will turn blue, and it'll tell you which window to go to. You go up to the window, they give you your food on a tray. Cast members will give you your drinks, and then you can choose a seat. And the other upside of that is there are no people that just go into the restaurant and sit and hold a table. You can't get into ABC Commissary, for example, unless your food's ready.
That's nice.
So that worked out really well.
All right. So now, if you're going over to Epcot, in our experience right now, of course, things will change, but it wasn't open up until 11. What's the touring plan for Epcot when there's so much construction going on?
We kind of did World Showcase first and then shot down to Future World in the afternoon.
Yeah, I think even the Soarin' wasn't that difficult to get on. Every time I looked, the lines, and they really moved. If they have got them all going, I think that was pretty easy to get on. So essentially, spend a lot of time in World Showcase. It's a good thing anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a lot to do there.
Exactly. And then how about Animal Kingdom?
Well, again, get there early, and you guys rope drop Flight of Passage, and I rope drop Navi River. You were in line, what, an hour? Probably an hour.
But we were there a half hour before they even started moving the line. That was the longest line I've ever seen in my whole life. It went all the way from the start of Flight of Passage all the way to the Lion King, through their queue, and then back again. But it was quite intimidating. Luckily, I had a listener that found me, just surprised me, and talked with me the whole time, so it made it go fast.
Yeah. And then I went with Susan, and we went on Navi River. We walked right on. And when we got off, the line for that was 60 minutes long. So it fills up quickly.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing. Flight of Passage is the big, tough one.
Yeah. But we went on Safari, and the line for Safari came out of the Safari queue, past Tusker House, around the corner, and went into the Lion King queue. And we got into it. And honestly, it was probably only 30 minutes before we were getting on the ride. It went really fast.
Very true.
So don't let the length of the lines deter you from getting in line.
Yep, that was pretty much the key there, because we did both those and had a good time and had a nice lunch at the Satuli Canteen, like using your mobile tips and all of that. So it worked out really well. And then anything for Magic Kingdom that's different?
No, pretty much the same thing.
I think you're right.
Get there early. Yeah, it's the same. Enjoy the cavalcades. I think they were one of the best changes they've made, to not have to wait for a parade, but you get to see them all day long. About every 20 minutes, every 30 minutes, one would come through. That was cool.
One thing I can think of, again, same tip, get there real early. We were on the mine train, I think, before the park officially opened.
Yep, we sure were.
And so that was
a good tip.
Yeah, that is probably that's the highlight there. And luckily the Splash Mountain, I didn't get on the Splash Mountain, which I'm a little bit disappointed about, but in the wintertime, not too many long lines because people don't want to get wet.
Yeah, no, we didn't get on Splash either. But again, we did Jungle Cruise, and again, we did it early. We did it first thing before the lines got long. That's the trick, is get there early.
For sure. We had lots of fun.
Get there early. We did.
All right. So thank you, Nancy, for that. Ruby McChesney, she was the one who saw me in the Flight of Passage. I just remembered Ruby.
Oh.
So shout out to Ruby. Thanks for chatting with me
Ruby.
In line. Well, Judy, did you say you had a tip?
Yes, I do. As you know, I ride a scooter. And in the past, when you would get on the buses, there's always a little spot where you can kind of not stand in the long line, and you just get to the scooter spot and then they load you on. Well, that's changed. So when I was waiting at the to get on the bus for the Magic Kingdom at the Pop, I got in the same line as everybody else, and I followed the queue, wrapped around, and and they bring a lot of buses, wrapped around, did everything I was supposed to do. And then just before it was my turn to get on the bus, then they moved me over to the handicap spot to load my scooter. So if you're on a scooter, you don't go to the front of the line anymore. You just wait in line with everybody else, and then at the appropriate time they pull you out and put you in the spot, and then the bus loads and you get on. And they brought lots of buses. I mean, we never waited one bus would fill up and there would be a bus right behind it waiting to load again. So
especially in the morning.
They're not putting as many, and they're not putting as many people on the bus. Nobody stands, but they do fill every seat now. But there's partitions between the bus sections. So one section might be for 4 people and one section might be for 3 people. If you're traveling alone, they're going to put you in a section. Nobody else sits with you. So if you're on a scooter, they'll realize you don't go to the front of the line anymore. Yep. And it's fun. I think it's a more fair way.
Perfect. And I'm thinking of a scooter trick we did during the Kessler run. We were having some fun and some challenges of getting as many geeks as we can on a few of the attractions. One was to ride the Small World with Travis. Now, when we got trying to get everyone together, about 25 of us, was kind of challenging, first of all. And then also the line at Small World was huge, but Chris was on a scooter. And there are some attractions where that was a benefit. I don't think it always is that way, Judy, but we were able to go down the handicap ramp.
Oh, did you?
Okay. And we were able to, I think, more efficiently get our large party on the attraction, which was super fun, great pictures. And I sang, I'm not sure if everyone else sang. I don't know all the words like in different languages, but there are certain refrains I am quite proficient in. And it was fun. But thank you for the Chris Futrell who got us a good spot in line.
Yeah, I didn't do Small World this time. We got a comeback for it to do it because of the long wait, but we went and had dinner and then it was time and then we just left. It was our last night. So unfortunately I didn't ride my favorite ride, but that's okay.
Is it your favorite ride?
It really is one of my favorites. I do love that ride.
Wow. I did not know that about you.
I love It's a Small World. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that about you.
Oh, you're kidding.
I'm kind of shocked.
I'm not surprised.
It's a world of laughter.
I'm kind of shocked.
I love that ride.
Well, I missed.
I thought you did it because, it's Small World.
Why do you think I rode it twice at one time without getting off?
I did not know that was your favorite ride.
Oh, I love it.
You never stopped learning.
I know.
I missed Mama and Judy on Country Bears. I had 30 people for the Country Bears, and Mom.
Well, we won't talk about that.
Judy had a bad experience there, and Mom wasn't there, but I had a lot of fun with the 30 friends of ours singing and laughing.
I'm going to tell you, I don't have a tip, but I have a comment to maybe if people experience this, and some people will. If you can't make it to Disney World, have someone like Judy who FaceTimes you all the time. She took me on my very first ride, FaceTimed me on Mickey and Minnie's Railway. So I got to experience it without the crowds, without the heat, without the standing in line. Got to see the whole ride.
I took you on a lot of.
Yes, she did. She called me all the time. Said FaceTime, and there I was. I was at the Mexican Pavilion. Hey, if you have someone that can't make it or someone you want to share some of your special times at Disney, that's my tip. And I felt like I was there.
And I had a new scooter company that provided a cell phone holder on the scooter, and it also had a charger so I could plug it in, and I never had to carry a battery. And the phone, I could put the phone up and I could just angle it and turn the picture so that I could drive the scooter and Margita could just watch as I FaceTimed her.
Great.
It was really good. It was great.
Great job, guys. Well, you're back. We're back. Bring you guys on every week now with your traveling tips with the Traveling Tiaras.
Yeah, and we'll have more tips from the trip. There's I think more about what we did. The trip it was very different this time. I think you'll say that, Kurt. It was a very different kind of trip, but it was a really good trip.
Yeah, thank you. You said something to me.
Really good
you said
trip.
It really. We were packing up the night before, or maybe it was in the morning the next day. I don't remember your exact words, but they were pretty kind of emotional and heartfelt on how great G3 turned out.
It was,
all things.
I don't know when I'm going to get back there again. Unfortunately, we have a trip planned for October, but if the mask mandate is still in place, we're not going. And then the next trip that we're planning on going will be in June for our anniversary.
All right.
With you guys.
Well, we're going to get a round table and start recording a couple of those so you can give all your details from
Sounds good.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, geeks. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Well, that was a great question from Nancy Lamb. Welcome to the private Facebook group and Patreon. Thanks for supporting me there, Nancy. Now it's time for Daniel Ginger's trip report. He stayed at Coronado Springs, the Tower. Love hearing about that. That's a great place to stay. You're going to find out that Daniel and I have a lot in common. I think we might be brothers. He went to the beer garden, one of my favorites. I did that too on my trip. They did lots of food at the Festival of Arts booths and Art Smith's Homecoming. They really enjoyed those park scavenger hunts. That is something that's going on a lot in the parks. All 4 parks, you can get into scavenger hunts, whether it's DVC or otherwise. The Nomad Lounge, I got a chance to ride Everest with Norma and Daniel, and they tell us all about their G3 activities and the impressions of the event. They do Tony's for dinner. I think that was their anniversary dinner. That's a place Auntie Judy and Ken did and said they really enjoyed it too. So that's one I have never done before, but I'm getting good reports from our geeks. He really enjoyed meeting the listeners, the geeks he heard many times on trip reports since he's been going through the entire catalog and catching up. Also ate at Sanaa. And if you'd like to know what it's like to build a lightsaber at Savi's workshop, he's going to tell you all about that. Couple finishes up with a Cuban sandwich, which was one that I saw on the menu that I almost went for. And then one I've been really wanting to do is the Three Bridges Lounge over at Coronado. Well, I really enjoyed meeting Daniel and Norma at G3. I'm so happy I can bring them to you and listen to their trip report to Disney World. Here comes my newest brother, Daniel. Well, it is kind of depressing for sure when you get back from an awesome Disney World trip, but not only planning the trip is fun and going to Disney World is fun. I love reflecting back on the memories of our trips. And I have an advantage that I can get together with friends that have been with me to Disney World, and so excited to have my next guest on the podcast. He's been an awesome addition to our podcast and the fun that we have on a daily basis. Let's bring him on in the tradition of geekin' with his intro. After dreams of a Disney World trip as a kid, he finally got to go as an adult with his family during a DARE training conference in July of 2006. He once got swept by balloon ladies at mile 18. That's a long way. During the hottest recorded Run Disney marathons and crushing his dopey challenge glory. And after finding this Geekin' on Walt Disney World podcast, he's listened to over 400 episodes within a 6-month time period while he was trying to prepare for the Grand Geeking Gathering. I now consider him to be our podcast's official archivist. Move over, Kevin Curtis Allen, although I'd love for them to join in doing that together. Please give a warm Geekin' family welcome to my pal, Daniel Ginger.
Hey, geeks.
Hey, Daniel. How are you doing, pal?
Great. How about you, Curtis?
You were just saying, are you a little depressed?
Yeah, a little depressed. You always get that depression when you get back from Disney World. So I think Monday morning work will help out a little bit, but a little down.
I think you're you and your wife, Norma, I think you guys had a great time because I saw you all over the place. And we have that private messaging group for G3 going on. And it seemed to me you guys were really going full stink.
Yes, we're trying to get rope drop since the fast passes weren't available to get some rides in the morning. And then that way we can relax more in the afternoon and do some of our favorite things. Hitting the bars and drinking around the world. So that's kind of some of our favorite things at Disney. So
we're going to get in this. What's been your history with Walt Disney World? We were talking about you were there in July of 2006, I think. And you've said to me, you feel like the podcast, you and I have a little bit of a bond together.
Yes, we do. I think when I started listening to your history, I thought, whoa, that's kind of like mine.
Yeah.
Norma and I both wanted to go to Disney as kids, living in the Midwest, in middle-class families. We just wasn't really an option. Used to always watch Disney movies on Sunday nights when they showed those movies, and always wanted to go. But when I was a police officer teaching DARE to my school that I worked at, another smaller town south of us, I kind of was volunteering my time because I had to work nights, and then I went and taught DARE during the days. And I just happened to be talking to my school administrator that I've always wanted to go to Disney, and there's actually an international DARE conference down there, training conference. And all of a sudden he called me in the office one time, and he got it approved, and he's, paid the hotel and the gas and everything. And so I just had to pick up with the tickets and the food. And so we jumped in our Suburban and actually drove all the way down to 24-hour drive all the way down to Florida and went to Disney World for the first time.
Yes, we share a similar experience. That's very similar to my story too. I can relate to that totally. How many kids did you bring down with you and Norma?
We 5 boys. We have 5 boys.
Wow.
Ranging, and my oldest son is 30. What is he? 33.
Yeah. And
then my youngest son is 22.
Wow.
So big range. And that was 2006. So they were all still in school. High school was the oldest. And so, yep.
What kind of accommodations where did you stay for that large a family?
The conference was at Coronado Springs.
Okay.
And so looking back, we have been to Disney World since 2006, 19 times.
Wow.
And we have been Coronado Springs the majority of the times, looking back, because I've had 2 conferences there, the DARE one, and then in 2019 we had a water park conference that we went down to. And so we've been there a lot.
I love it.
It's changed over the years, but we've been there a lot.
Did you have to get 2 rooms then with the family?
And that's where we stayed. We actually were able to get the 1 room, and then we invited my wife's sister, Stephanie, with us, and she picked up a room. And so that made it nice because then we could basically fit 8 people in the 2 rooms.
Yeah, it was tougher back then to get large families in a single kind of accommodation. Love this. Now, I don't think I knew that you were a runner. Yeah. We got a lot of runners in our group.
Yes.
You tried the Run Disney Marathon, but you had some tough times.
Yeah. My wife did the Dopey Challenge in 2017, and I did like the 5K, the 10K. And that year, the half got canceled because of lightning, but a lot of people were running it. And I just started running with Norma just to be with her so she wouldn't have to run it alone. And by mile 10, I was about ready to die. And she said, well, you only have a 5K left. Continue running. And we were running that around Saratoga Springs. And then after I finished it, it was my first longest I've ever ran. And I was like, man, I need a medal. So I kind of went on eBay, found somebody that was getting rid of their medal, and I purchased a half marathon medal. So when we planned 2020 trip, we were going to do the Dopey, and we were training for it. And of course, in Iowa, it's cold. So I'm training in Iowa. The most I ran for training was 8 to 10 miles was the most, but I thought, oh, no problem. I think I could do it because it's a run walk. I didn't expect that heat. The day before the half, I finished the half, felt pretty good, but it was really, really hot. On the marathon day, I got to Magic Kingdom, and I was starting to get blurred vision and stuff, and that's just under the half. And then I got out of Magic Kingdom about mile 14, and I told Norma, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I'm starting to get dizzy and stuff. So I told her to go on. She didn't want to, but I said, you got to finish. This is your second one.
Nice.
And I got through Animal Kingdom and just started. I think I was hallucinating because the bike person that stopped to check on me at mile 18 said I was saying something about I have fast pass for Soarin'. I have to hurry up and get there, or something like that.
Wow.
And balloon ladies passed me, and then they loaded me up in a van. So kind of killed my glory, but I think we're going to try it again in 2023 when it's back in person.
So Disney World hallucinations can get you swept by the balloon ladies. That's still
Apparently the temperature got up to 80s and the heat index was almost 90 or something like that. So that's crazy. And they shortened that race too because it was so hot.
Was that January of 2020?
Yep, January 2020.
Okay. I didn't realize you were a runner.
Yep, I used to run a lot when I was a police officer, but when I got injured and had to leave, I didn't know if I'd ever run again, but I just slowly got back to running.
I'm so proud. I've had a lot of fun talking to you as you've gone. I started working your way backwards on the podcast. Of course, we're at like 385 at this point, and you're working through and you're enjoying the podcast. And then you said, well, you're hearing different stories from some of our geeking dads and friends of ours. And then you're just like, I'm going to start from number one. So you've kind of been squeezing into the middle. Where have you gotten to as far as listening to the show? Because I love your little comments to me as you've been making this progression.
Yep. I got like 20 left, I believe. So I'm almost all done. Counted it with the Patreon ones I listened to. It's like a little over 400 episodes, I believe.
Yes.
I've listened to.
Thank you so much for being a Patreon supporter, and thanks for increasing it all the time too. It's really fun for me to see.
Yep. Well, I figure when I love something, I want to support it. So I love it, so I want to support it.
I thank you so much, and you were one of these people I was so excited to meet down at Disney World, and your wife, and I knew I was coming in. Mm-hmm. I was lucky to switch my time, and I was coming in on Wednesday, the first day of my G3. I know you and Norma, you guys were having an anniversary trip celebration, right?
Yes. We celebrated our 33rd anniversary on that Saturday, the 20th. Had the trip planned before I even knew that your podcast existed.
Wow.
I was just kind of looking for some podcasts. Just happened, I heard that you guys, I got on the private Facebook, and then I just saw somebody talking about G3, and I heard on the podcast about it too. And it's like, and somebody put me in the G3 Facebook link, and I just kind of started getting excited because I said, whoa, that's the same time we're there. And I did extend my trip 2 more days just so I could be there, because we were supposed to leave Monday morning, but I extended it to Wednesday. So I didn't want to leave right after Sunday Epcot's meet. So
we had about the exact same.
We did.
Yeah, we had about the exact same times. I had a week also, same dates. So I was at Jock Lindsay's with my good friend Deirdre Watts. She had never been to Jock Lindsay's. So as I arrived, and we'll hear more of this story as I deliver it with all the roundtables we're going to be having with other listeners. It's going to be a lot of fun. But I had a great first meeting with you and Norma. I was coming out of Jock Lindsay's, and I think you might have been hunting me down. Is that true?
Yep, we were heading to Jock Lindsay's to meet you because we had homecoming reservations that night, and just got lucky that we caught you because you guys were, I believe, finished and leaving, and so we're really glad that we were able to catch you and meet you for the first time. That was great.
I think I was basically going to walk around and look for you. I had a little bit of time. We had an
Sweet.
We had an 8 p.m. planning meeting, I'll call it, with some wine and friends that helped with the planning back at the Pop Century Resort. But I got to tell you, got to say hi to Norma for me. And she gave me, it was so fun. We just had such an animated, fun conversation, meeting each other, and right outside of Jock Lindsay's. And your wife, Norma, had one of the best compliments I've ever had about the podcast that I've ever received. Do you remember what she said?
Yep.
You do?
She said, your voice. Yes. Your voice is just so soothing, and it's easy to listen to you. And it just, it's just a calming voice. And so it's fun to listen to you. So, yep. I remember that. One of our good friends, AJ Mills from the UK, posted something on Facebook today, surprisingly, that says, I'm a Generation X if you're born from 1964 to whatever, 1970 some day. And in that little description, I love these things. It was, if you ever had a tape recorder and recorded off the radio, or back in the day, I would record my voice and singing.
and talking, and you're like, oh, that's what I sound like. That's horrible. I still have that impression. I would say everybody has that impression that they're afraid of the sound of their voice, and the way that she said, not only what she said, but the loving way that she said it, and it from her heart. And so I appreciate it. And you guys are definitely are two of my favorites now. Love you guys to death.
Yeah.
It's great to meet you guys and hang out in the last week.
You'd like to be on the show, but she's just a little public speaking shy. So yeah, that kind of hurts.
No problem. My wife is the same way. It took me 6 years to get her on the podcast, Daniel.
So we can work on it.
Kind of. Well, where did you stay for this anniversary trip?
We were originally going to stay at the Caribbean beach because of the Skyliner, but then when the new deals came out, I was checking with Disney, and I could stay at the Coronado Springs Casino Tower for basically the same price.
Yeah.
And we've always been at the Coronado Springs, but we've never stayed at the tower. When we were there earlier in 2019 for that conference, we looked at the tower and we walked through it, and it was very nice. And so we decided to switch to the tower. So that's where we stayed.
Yeah. So you got to tell me, since you spent a lot of time at Coronado Springs, what'd you think of the new tower?
Oh, I love the tower. It seems like a not a moderate resort would be. It seems like way more moderate. It's kind of like what we are used to staying in when we use our DVC points. And so it's just beautiful. The room's spacious. The view was to die for. We had the view of the lake, and we could see like 3 bridges and the whole area. And it's just so beautiful. Buses weren't too bad. Had a couple problems coming back a couple times, but usually leaving weren't too bad. But I was a part of the breakfast club that always got there really, really early. Usually would meet up with Tom, Fran, and Chris, and they'd be ready to go too. So, but yeah, we loved it.
So you had 3 other geeks staying at the Coronado, right?
Yep, we had 3 geeks. It's kind of funny because the first day, Animal Kingdom Day, Norma decided to stay in that night, that morning, and I was sitting on the bench, first one there, for about 20 minutes, and then a guy sat next to me, and we probably sat there for another 20 minutes, and he just said, "Hey, are you Daniel Ginger?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "I'm Tom." I said, "Tom Ellison?" "Yeah." Whoa. So we were sitting there, and of course with the masks, I have pretty good facial recognition from my experience as a police officer, but when these masks are on, it throws everything out the window. I can't tell what people look like. And so we sat there, talked, and we got on the bus together, and we rode the flight of passage together when we got there. With some other geeks were there by the time we got there. So it was pretty fun to meet some geeks. So he was my 3rd geek I got to meet.
I love that story, Daniel. We're going to get into day by day, get to the food and get to your stories. And that is so much fun. I think the reason you guys were able to make that connection were the Zoom weekly calls that we did. You were part of that planning group, and so was Tom, right?
Yes. I love those. Those are awesome.
Yeah, I think that certainly helped. We'll talk more about this as we get into it. I'm really pleased that so many people had an opportunity to get together on the internet and get an idea either by meeting on the Zoom calls or talking through our private Facebook group. So we love to talk about food here and the rides and the parks. And I think going through your trip report here, we can get you guys. I mean, when you go with just your wife or husband, you can get a lot done, right, Daniel?
Oh, yes. You can be moving all the time, going full stink, as they say.
So you got there Monday, February 15th. What were some of the highlights from that day? Looks like you were in Epcot. Yep.
Well, when we get to the resort, we always do our traditional drink. So we did stop at the pool resort bar, the Siesta Cantina, and had a couple Cancun coladas, and they were pretty good. And then we go to the bus. And we had reservations that day for Beer Garden. So we always start at the left in Mexico.
Yeah.
And we had a frozen lime margarita. And my wife had a Dos Equis because she's a beer girl. She's not into the mixed drinks. She likes the beer. And we just kind of went around the world until we got to Germany. Kind of a highlight is we always stop at Norway because kind of like your wife, Margita, Norma is a Lila perfume girl.
Layla,
she
yes.
loves Lila. She's loved it ever since Layla, yeah. She always buys some when we're at Norway. So she went in there and looked. I bought a Norwegian hat, and she got a purse that had like leopard skin on one side. You can like reverse it, and it came with like hand cream and the Layla perfume. And so
nice.
So that was our first big purchase and so she got, unfortunately, bad story. Later at the end of the trip, it was on the counter in our hotel room. It fell off the top counter, hit the bottom counter, which is the hard counter.
Yeah.
And it broke all over the place. Ooh. And so unfortunately that was, but I ordered some more. You can get it on Amazon. So I ordered some more and had it at our house by the time she got here. That way she wouldn't feel too bad about that. But it was just an accident that happens.
Oh, I'm sorry for that, but I'm sure the room smelled. The room smelled wonderful.
It did. I called room service and said, yeah, be careful. It's in the garbage. I don't want you to get cut because I didn't want them to get cut while they were cleaning it. So
I remember us having this conversation, you and I and Norma. I said, you tell me about this Layla perfume. And I said, just be aware, Daniel, of Gear. He's the man who is sometimes at the Norway. He's the one who created Layla perfume. He's a close talker and a little bit uncomfortable when he's close to your wife.
We had that experience as well. One year we were there getting the perfume. He was there. He put some lotion on Norma's hand and we rubbed it in really nicely. And so, hello.
A little warning
for you.
Little warning, guys.
Yep. So it was cool. Yep.
That was funny. I love it. So yes, the similarities continue. I mean, we've been married about the same amount of time too. So I'm hearing lots of similarities.
Yeah, we have.
And the German beer garden is one of my favorites. I did that on this trip too. What'd you guys think of the beer garden? During this COVID time, especially?
The food's the same. I mean, I prefer going and getting it myself, but they brought basically everything that I can remember being there during non-COVID days to the table. I ate a lot of it, of course. I pretty much, anytime I go to the beer garden, I eat until I hurt usually.
I understand.
It was really good. The beer is good because I love German beer. So the one thing, and we watched the show, the one thing I missed during the show is when they say the ziggy, zaki, hoi, hoi, hoi. Right. They left out the hoi, 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 the part. And I'm thinking, why would they do that? That's the best part because that's where you get the crowd into it. And then I'm thinking, oh, COVID.
Yep.
No one has masks on. You're yelling hoi, hoi, hoi. Your breath is going out with all the saliva and whatever and into the air. And so, so COVID killed our German hoi, hoi, hoi. So
I agree with your theory. I definitely agree with your theory. So, nice call there. I noticed it too, but until you said that to me while we were down at G3, I hadn't put it together. So I think you are absolutely right. You're able to raise your drinking glasses. They still have a pretty good time doing that. So we definitely did the same. Yes. I had the Beck's Pilsner too, by the way. Did you get the whole liter?
Yes, we got Beck's Pilsner liters, and it went down pretty smoothly.
Now you have another.
By that time, we'd already drinking in like 3 countries. So
you have another thing in Germany that you love a lot, and I got to tell you, I really enjoyed something you purchased for me. One of the things you purchased for me while we were there late in the trip. What's another one of your loves of Germany?
We love going to Werther's Bakery. We'll stand in line forever because we love that caramel. And my favorite part of it, the cookies and everything are good too, and the brownies, but the caramel popcorn is my favorite. Every time we walk by Germany, we go and buy 2 to 3 bags of it. Usually they get eaten at night, late at night when we're at the hotel room, but we did actually were able to get 3 bags back home. And so still have a little left. Actually, I think we just finished the last bag last night. So unfortunately, we need to go back and get some more.
Well, I had that for dinner one night, about 10 o'clock at night, laying in bed. So I appreciate that, buddy. I ate the whole bag.
Anytime. It's easy to do. Easy to eat the whole bag in one sitting.
It's addictive. Let's go to Tuesday. I think you're back at Epcot. Did you? Yeah, you went back to Epcot 2 days in a row. That's something I would do.
Since Monday was only a half day, and so we have to spend the whole day because when Epcot usually opens earlier instead of 11, we always did the rides and all that stuff in the morning, and then we go do the World Showcase when it opens at 11. But since everything opens at 11, we went to the ride and rope drop Soarin'. We went over the test track, but it was broke down, and then we headed to the Mexican Pavilion for frozen lime margaritas. And my first ever nachos there, because we always just got the drinks there. We never got nachos or anything, but because of the show and your love for the nachos, I tried them, and boy, they were good.
That's a good 12 o'clock meal, right? And had you had frozen lime margarita? Were you a frozen lime margarita before the podcast?
Yes, I've always loved the frozen lime margaritas. And when we get to Epcot World Showcase, that's always my first drink. Norma always goes for the beer, but I always go for the frozen lime margarita. Anytime we go to Mexican restaurants, I always get a frozen lime margarita. I just love it. It's one of my favorite drinks.
I'm noticing the similarities to our likes and dislikes so far. Did you now we were there for the Festival of the Arts. Did you guys try some of the pavilions? I didn't personally this time. I just had kind of the usuals. How about you guys?
Yes. So we started with Mexico, had the nachos, and then we were thinking about trying to eat something each country, but that's a lot in one day. So we kind of skipped some countries, but when I got to Germany, I got a really, probably my favorite, and it was a red wine braised beef short rib.
Yeah.
And it just, oh my gosh, it melted in my mouth.
Yeah.
And it tastes so good. Some Pilsner's beer there too, and just sat there and ate. Oh my Lord, it was great. So we also got some good balls. They were sweet sausage fries risotto balls in Italy, and that was really good too.
Oh, so fantastic!
But yeah, we tried to try some of those.
We're recording in the morning. I have not eaten anything. I should know better, but keep pouring it on. I see a lot of beer. I see a lot of beer here in this trip report too.
Yep. Since we started so early in Epcot, we just try to hit a beer in every country. And we got to like Morocco, and we share a beer. Okay. It's a little more cost effective and you don't get plowed. But this time we're just, we had, with not having a dining plan to purchase, we had all that extra money that we had just kind of in the, savings. And so we started drinking a beer. Well, I missed a couple countries, but Norma actually was drinking a beer in each country. And we got to Morocco, and she said, I think I've had a beer in every pavilion so far. I said, I think you're right. And she'd never drinking around the world by herself. We've done it together. And she said, well, now I have a challenge. And so she had a challenge. And so we were at Morocco. I think it was by that time, it was like 5 o'clock maybe. So she still had 3 hours to hit off France, UK, and Canada. So it was doable. And she was able to complete it. And she got around the world in one setting, drinking around the world. So
well, you're sharing it.
To Norma.
I'd love to know her favorite at World Showcase for beer. Do you have a favorite?
My favorite for beer would probably be Norway. I really like the Carlsberg.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure what her favorite would be for beer. It would probably be a toss between either Norway or Germany for the beer.
That makes sense.
But in Italy, we never get beer in Italy. We always get Rosa Regale wine, sparkling wine.
Yes.
So let's try that. When we came our second time in 2010, Norma surprised me. I surprised her with the trip, anniversary trip. It was our 22nd. She surprised me with a platter at our hotel when we got to the resort, and it had like the Disney wine glasses, and it had Rosa Regal wine. We weren't wine people. We never really had wine, and we loved it. So every time we go to Italy, we always have the Rosa Regal wine.
I've heard that before. That is I love your plan. I think you did this perfectly. I think I would say I'm a big fan of both Germany and United Kingdom beers for sure, but you're right. Carlsberg is usually my second drink around the World Showcase. I'm so excited. We're going to talk. I don't see it yet in your trip report, but the American Adventure. Oh, one thing I want to see. This is something I really enjoyed at the American Adventure, and I love the music. If you know that. I always love to check out the music. A little different this time. I'm so glad they had entertainment. They had the Mexican pavilion players there. But they also my favorites were the Voices of Liberty. Did you guys listen in, and what did you think of the Voices of Liberty?
Yes, we were getting there to American Pavilion right when the Mexican were finishing up theirs, and then the next was the Voices of Liberty. So we kind of hung around there, and we went and got some of those kids' cot cards that we were collecting for our grandsons. And then we stayed and listened to the Voices of Liberty, and it was awesome. But just my background for singing is I was in like jazz choir and stuff like that in high school, and in college I was in men's glee club and stuff.
Oh wow.
And so I could love singing, and Norma loves singing as well. We had two of our boys that actually were in like audition choirs in Iowa that traveled around not only the United States, but they actually went to Germany and Habsburg and Canada and all that stuff with this choir. So we have a kind of a tradition in music. So we love anything music.
There's another thing we share. My daughter Lindsay was in the high school singing club, and she also went off to Germany and Europe on a singing tour. So I share that with you, and she loves she loves Broadway. Yep, she loves the Broadway, and they were doing hits from Disney instead. At least when I saw them, were they doing Disney hits for you too?
Yep, Disney hits. I can't remember exactly which ones they were, but I remember them singing all Disney songs, and they were awesome.
Beautiful renditions for sure. And I see you finished up at Coronado Springs with some food. How was the food back at the Coronado Springs Resort? I know, was the food court open, Daniel?
The food court was, and that's what was kind of weird about this trip, since we usually get the dining plan. And so we're always, really have to have a reservation every night, of course. But this time we didn't. And so we had a few reservations, but a lot of times we just find ourselves wanting to go back to the resort at night, or because the parks close earlier, and we'd go get to the El Mercado de Coronado, or whatever it's called. That's the little food court, and they had everything prepared in their little heating trays. And we really, every night it seemed like we got back there, we'd get a couple pizzas, a pepperoni because I like meat, and cheese for Norma, and then I love the meatballs. Parmesan subs. Oh, I would get that, and then Norma would get mac and cheese, and then we just take it back to the room, eat some food, and it saved us a lot of money that we were able to spend at the parks on adult beverages, let's say.
I can relate to that, and I love Italian food. So perfect. Let's go over to Magic Kingdom on Wednesday, the 17th.
Okay.
And what kind of was the highlights there? What'd you eat there? Anything that stood out? Any good stories?
Magic Kingdom. Well, we kind of got there early, got a coffee. We always like to go to Starbucks, and we hit a lot of rides within like an hour and a half. We didn't get like the Mine because that was down at the time, but we got a lot of different rides. We love Haunted Mansion, so we got on that. Had to get on Splash Mountains before they make the changes. So, and then we usually go to Casey's for lunch, but of course Casey's is closed. So we went to Cosmic Rays and had this huge chili cheese hot dog, and we got macaroni and cheese because we like the one that has the macaroni. Well, I like the slaw one, but they didn't have that one. Norma always likes the macaroni, the one that has the macaroni and cheese on it. So we dumped the macaroni and cheese on it, and it was so good. We shared that. We do a lot of sharing during lunch because we eat so much during dinner. It seems like that we like to share during lunch. So
I love that foot long hot
really
dog.
good.
I'm so glad they had it at Cosmic Rays. That is one of my Disney World favorites for sure. You know what hit me too, Daniel? What did you think about this? But they advertise an opening. Let's say this was 9:00 a.m. and the buses leave an hour before. But don't you feel like I felt like they were really letting us into the parks and get going? And start riding. They were misadvertising the opening of the park is the best I can say, right?
Yes, I think we got in there a half an hour before it was supposed to open. I think it was supposed to open at 9 that day, and I think we were in there by 8:30, and that's why we zipped to get a coffee first, and before we went to the rides.
Interesting.
But and there were people there in the park before we even got there at 8:30, so they probably opened even earlier than that.
I know. It's interesting how they don't advertise that, and we can't promise it, but that's what our experience was from this past week, and even more so than I heard from listeners telling me about this. What's this Tomorrowland Speedway? I didn't know you could pass people through. Is that something new?
Been on the Tomorrow? No, well, we haven't been on the Tomorrowland Speedway since 2006 when we took the family, because it's always an hour wait. And to me, it's not worth it, but it's like a 20-minute wait. So it's like across from Cosmics. I said, oh my gosh, can we go on it? And she said, I don't think Norma really wanted to, but we did. And I was lucky to we got in one of the front cars, so there's nobody in front of us when they start the next group. And so I started going, and I was doing my police defensive driving tactics and stuff. And I kept on passing people because there's like 3 lanes going. I kept on passing people. There's one person and there's another. And I passed nobody. I never caught up with anybody because they were far enough ahead. But I passed like 10 different cars. And I was like, man, I must be in first place. And I have the pole position because I just passed 10 cars.
It was
kind of funny.
You got a talent you didn't know you had. That's awesome.
That's right. Awesome.
Daniel, I think you're like me. You have fun no matter what's going on. You're looking for a good time.
That's right.
No matter what is going on. And is your wife, Norma, a shopper? Because I see the next bullet here. You had a good shopping day too?
Yes. Norma loves Dooney and Burt purses.
Okay.
She just seems she needs to get one every time she's there. And it's an expensive purse, but it's the Disney ones are beautiful.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking, I had this plan about 2 months ago, and I thought, I really want to do this, Savi's make my lightsaber, and it's $200. And Norma will probably say no, because it's a lot of money. But what if I make a deal with her? So one night, she was in a happy mood, and I said, hey, I have a question. If I save money and you can get a Dooney and Burke purse when we're at Disney, can I get a lightsaber and do the Savi's workshop? And she said yes. So it was like the magic deal of the year. I love it. And so I was able to get my lightsaber, and she got a Dalmatians, 101 Dalmatians person. It's beautiful. It's really nice.
I like the way you wheel and
she
deal.
Loves dogs, so.
Oh, yeah. Did you say you have 8? Do you have 8 dogs?
We have 8 dogs. Yes. Yep. We've a couple of them are adopted from our sons who moved into apartments and couldn't have them anymore. And then we had a little incident with one of the adopted dogs that wasn't fixed yet. Knocking down a gate and to one of our dogs that wasn't fixed yet, spaded yet, and we had puppies, and of course we were able to find good homes for a couple, but 3 of the puppies, they look like little basset hound mixed with like a Cairn Terrier type of thing.
Cute.
And they're really cute, but Norma couldn't get rid of them, couldn't take them to pound, so we ended up more dogs, and we've adopted dogs and stuff like that. So, so we have 8 dogs now.
Same way I've got 3 cats for my wife. Well, had 3 cats. Very similar story there.
And the thing that Norma got that day is it rained that day. And so we got to see the rainy day parade modified for the first time. It wasn't an actual parade, but they had all kind of the characters up where the train station is, and they got to sing the rainy day parade song. And so that was awesome. And I bought Norma a raincoat and a rain hat that were the bringing cats and dogs one. So she got one of those too, and she loved that.
I see you got the Steamboat Mickey popcorn bucket. That was the one bucket that I That was the only one that I felt like if I were going to get one, that would be the one. Nice score there too.
Had to have it. Love it. That's my favorite character, Steamboat Willie. So had to have it.
I agree. And then you can fill up that bucket for $2 in the parks, right? All week.
Yep. Exactly. Yep. We kind of collect popcorn buckets, so it added to our collection.
I agree. I did that last time, but I should have done it early. I should have scored that. I was running through the parks like crazy. I never had a chance to stop.
You were all over. Yes. Yep.
I was going hard.
All over.
I was going hard. Yep. Well, now you finish up. We talked about our amazing meetup. Well, so what's it like to meet me, Daniel? Am I what you expected? I don't know if I want to know the answer.
Yes, I was so happy to meet you. I kind of was being a little mischievous. I knew other geeks were there in the park, but I didn't want to meet any geek before you. And so I kind of laid low and stuff because I know the old Auntie Judy meeting geeks first, and I didn't want that to happen. Not that I don't love Auntie Judy, but I wanted to meet you first because you're the reason I love this podcast. And then added, I got to meet Deirdre too, because we had a pretty good conversation because her husband was a police officer and I was a police officer. So one night we had a conversation about that. So I got to meet her too, and that was pretty cool.
Awesome. And Art Smith's homecoming, what'd you think of that dinner over at Disney Springs?
Oh, it was so good. We started with some bunches of puppies and with the jalapeno jelly, and that was so good. Went down really quick. And then I had to have the famous fried chicken, and Norma tried the country fried steak. That way we could share each other's and try each other's. And oh my Lord, that chicken just was melted in my mouth. And it just was awesome. I can't give it enough praise. Actually, I think that picture helped me get a prize for the contest too, because I submitted that meal and it was really good.
I love to hear that. And I didn't eat dinner that night. I was supposed to, but so I'm a little bit jealous. I had Chicken Guy on my mind. It never happened.
Never happened. Oh, that's too bad.
Now we're kicking off the official Thursday, February 18th, where you had plans to hang out with geeks at Animal Kingdom. How did your kind of first official geek day go?
Yep. That's when I got there really early, and I originally met Tom Ellison at the bus stop, and we rode the bus back together. And then when we got there, we saw a group of geeks, Travis, Samantha, Rachel, and there's one other, I can't remember her name, but she was there with her daughter. And we got in there and we went straight to Flight of Passage, and we all kind of rode Flight of Passage.
Was it Fran?
Of course, that ride is awesome.
Was it Fran?
Might have been Fran.
Okay.
No, Fran wasn't there yet. I don't think she came until later. The other one,
Penny?
I can't remember her name, but she was with her daughter, I believe, or something like that. So, but we got to and she was a little further back, but when we got set it in our little thing, she joined us, and so we all kind of rode it as a group. And it was awesome.
You rode Flight of Passage all together?
Yep. So Travis, Samantha, Rachel, Tom, me, and then like the other one that I can't remember her name offhand. Yeah,
you guys were way up ahead of me. Nice play. Travis and I know Samantha, yeah, for sure. They had gotten there really early, and I was surprised how far ahead of me they were. But that's a lot of
once again, we got in early. We got in it was like 8:15, 8:30, and yeah, we were there.
What's the scavenger map that you picked up in Africa?
That was something when Norma slept in, and when she got there, we head to Africa because that's kind of our favorite area of Animal Kingdom. And she saw this in the shop. She saw this Lion King scavenger hunt map, and where they have these statues throughout only Africa area. And so we bought that because we love scavengers hunts. Anytime we go to Epcot and they have like the egg hunt or like this time for Figment, we did that, or they've had like the Ratatouille one. Yeah. We always get those and do that. And so we were doing this hunt And it was pretty cool. And it was all around those, and it had stickers that you put when you found them, and then you turn them in, and you got this really cool magnet. And there was 2 magnets. So you got to pick one. Later on, when we went back to Animal Kingdom later on that week, I did it myself, and I got the other magnet. So we got both magnets because we like magnets.
Oh, so they got the scavenger maps on all the parks.
Yeah, we've never seen them at Animal Kingdom before, but
right.
It's pretty cool. It was just little statues of Disney Lion King figures.
I love that. Thanks.
And they were throughout Africa. So, yeah.
Thanks for doing that. That is, scavenger hunts was a theme that I really picked up on because we did one of our own that was a big hit. They have a DVC one going on. There's a DVC one going on in each park. Deirdre was able to do them all. I did one of them in Epcot. Well, I'm sorry. I was in Hollywood Studios. We first started it. Didn't take very long, and big hit. So I think we should continue that theme as we tell geeks about scavenger hunts because I think everybody does. And you did. I think I see one here one here. I would say would be a snack that we've talked about and have been excited about. Do you see this one for Harambe Fruit Market?
The fire grilled corn on the cob.
You did get that, huh?
Yeah, I did. I heard about it, and and coming from Iowa, it's hard to beat our corn on the cob. I'm sorry to say, we have the best corn on the cob.
But that makes sense.
Peaches and cream. Yeah, and so it's hard to beat it. But this was really good. It was, cooked just right on the fire grill, and this, the top was singed just a little bit. And it was buttery, and it was really tender, and just kind of melted in your mouth, and so it was really good. Ate it pretty quick. Could have had another one, but I tried to stay with just one.
Now, there was one thing that happened on this day that I felt a little bit bad about, and I try to make sure geeks get to meet each other, and that they don't feel alone, and that they feel included. And yet, you and Norma got left out a little bit on the Nomad Lounge. We rope dropped it with 24 people, kind of took up the whole outside area. And you guys must have been having more fun somewhere else because I think you were late to the party.
Yeah, we got there a little later because we were doing the scavenger hunt, and we went on safari, and we got there a little late. When we first got there, they said, 90-minute wait. So I said, okay, well, and they took our name, and we went shopping and we bought some more stuff. 15 minutes later, ding, your table's ready. And they went in there and they set us at the bar. And it was pretty cool because we met our bartender. It was pretty nice, and we met him. And I actually gave him one of those bottle opener magnets because he was such a nice kid, and he was like, hey, thank you. And he like showed it off to the other bartender and said, I got one of these and you didn't. So it's pretty funny. But I got to meet some great geeks there too.
You did?
So I think that might have been the first time I got to meet Wendy, I'm thinking. Yeah, because Wendy came in and said hi.
Oh, okay.
And then I got to meet David from Disney Crush and Tony Ann. And so, yeah.
Oh,
and
awesome.
I think Amy Rhodes.
Yeah, you made the best of it.
We got to meet a lot of geeks there. And then afterwards, we all left there and went to that canteen in Pandora. That's what, Santuli, whatever, canteen in Pandora.
We had lunch.
And we had a good conversation there. And we actually, I think we actually added a listener from Iowa.
That was cool. We had an enthusiastic guest that was right behind us. I think she noticed the T-shirt, right?
I think she noticed the T-shirt, and then I had a Iowa State Cyclone face mask on, and she noticed that from Iowa, and she said, hey, you're from Iowa, and we were talking. And then talking to you, I think, and we were talking about why we're there, and then she started talking to you a lot too. And so I think you convinced her that this would be a good podcast to listen to.
I think you're right. She was a podcast listener. I'm sure we'll gain her as a listener for sure. That was fantastic. Another great meal. And then this was one of the things I think that worked really well, where we had some places, we're trying to keep it as casual, but as organized too. And we had the Michael's Ice Cream Social that
yes, that was awesome.
Wasn't that cool? That worked out really well. I'm all about ice cream.
That was
and
one of my
one of my favorite.
That was one of my favorite events. It was just awesome to see everybody there. We got to sneak away and go sit where the when they have the firework thing or the boat things there, and take off our mask and eat ice cream. And Michael's just a joy. I wish I could have talked more to him and stuff like that, but I know it's probably, with all those people there, I understand, overwhelming. Yes, it's just great to meet everybody. And then we got to see like little James and that little girl. I can't remember the little girl's name, but they were like, they were so much fun to watch.
Lorelei.
Playing around. Lorelei, yes. They were fun, and it was just a fun time. Ate a waffle cone, and so it was really fun. And see the boat cades that came by and we were waving and everything.
Yeah, that was
great.
Perfect relaxation station. I don't think it's official, but we were able to hang out in the theater that's normally the Rivers of Light Theater, and we just spread out,
yes,
get a picture, hang out, have an ice cream, enjoy each other's company. I know Ben Kennedy showed up too, who's another one of my geeks, and he had a last minute trip. Him and his wife were able to come down. They had something that fell through, but they were able to go to Disney World, so that was cool. All right, and this was a bonus for me. This particular day, I have motion sickness, Daniel, and I.
Yes.
But I don't like to take Mom's remedy of Dramamine. She does it almost, I think, every day that we go to Disney World. I said. But with all my geeks there, I want to ride Flight of Passage. I had great results, by the way, on Flight of Passage with my Dramamine. And I was a little concerned because she told me you got to take it kind of 3 hours before you get on a ride. And it was really close. But I knew I had that in my system. And everyone was this was getting a little bit later in the day. The days go. How fast do these days go, Daniel?
Oh, fly by. Oh my gosh.
It's just like Disney World. This was like the fastest days I've ever experienced in Disney World for sure. Cause you can tell we're moving to something all the time. You're always moving. But the Everest was down while we were having our relaxation time at the Rivers of Light. And then I saw you and Norma get in line, two of the geeks, for Everest, and Judy and Ken were kind of taken off. Maybe some people even starting to think about going back to the resort. And I was so excited that I felt I could do Expedition Everest with you guys, and we pulled it off.
It was awesome. Norma's the same way. She doesn't like it because of the backwards motion. It gets her kind of wheezy and stuff. Same with Flight of Passage. And so she was kind of worried about it, but I talked her into it. She said, okay, this might be the last time ever. But it went really well. It was really smooth, and both you and Norma handled it like awesomely. And so Norma said I probably could do that again. So we didn't do it again on this trip, but hopefully, because I love that ride. It's one of my favorite rides.
I am so excited. I got to ride, just the three of us, and that really closed out my day. That was kind of the first day. So what are you thinking about G3 at this point after the first day, Daniel?
Oh, I was loving G3. And Norma, when we got back, was actually talking about, hey, maybe we can tweak things around and try to get to the next one, but if there's ever a date set. So hopefully that got her excited a little bit.
Yeah, I think she's a good example of again, what I was really proud of from all of our listeners who will reach out to others, make them feel included. I know I'm socially awkward when I meet people for the first time. You may not think that, but it's true. And I'm aware of that for others. And I feel like Norma and others, many of the others, maybe it's part of our geekiness. I don't know what it is, but we might be introverts. And, I think we broke down some of those walls and made friends.
Yes, I believe so.
It's awesome. All right. So Friday, we all plan to be at Hollywood Studios. What's the highlight for you for that Friday, the 19th?
Well, that started out kind of bad because it seemed like a lot of things were down. I mean, we get there really early and it was down. It's like, what? This is down. We did get Norma's favorite ride is the Tower of Terror, and we did get on that. So that was awesome. Yeah,
a little shocking that two of the most popular rides in the park, Slinky Dog being relatively new, and of course Mickey's Minnie, that was really depressing for me. I mean, what if it was your first time to Disney World in a long time? And that's kind of the ride everybody that's new. It's the only one that's like brand new for everybody. And it was down. That was kind of a bummer.
Yeah, and I was already down because when I did the Rise of the Resistance, trying to get the boarding pass early in the morning, I was there early. Once again, I was the first one in line for the for the bus, and I was trying to get the boarding pass. And when I was counting back from 15, I hit it on 0 instead of 0 and waiting, and so it was a half a second early. So I went to that page that says we're not offering boarding passes yet. And by the time I went back and redid it, they were all gone. So I was already down in the dumps. Yeah. Oh, darn it. But I was able to get a 1 o'clock one. So that's pretty. So we still got to do that was Norma's first riding the Rise of the Resistance. And it was kind of funny. She was one of those. I have a theory. If you watch Star Wars and started in the 70s, you're more of a light side of the Force.
Okay.
If you started with the second version of Star Wars, like the later ones, like our kids and stuff like that, a lot of times they tend to go with the dark side of the Force.
Uh-huh.
Norma I got her watching it later, and so she loves the dark side of the Force. And so the whole time through the Rise, she's like, "Oh, I'll help you. Take me. I don't want to escape." And it's like, so I'm like laughing because she wants to stay and she wants to help Kylo Ren and stuff like that. So I'm kind of laughing about that because I'm a way Luke Skywalker person.
She wasn't that excited when you broke out of the tank to be rescued.
She wanted to go back.
Oh my God!
She wanted to go back. She wanted to give up the resistance.
That's funny.
So
good time. Well, I'm glad you got on there. What'd you think of the Ronto Roaster morning wrap?
Oh, I love it. This is not our first time eating that. We've eaten that at that place before, and we love it. We share it because we're just used to sharing meals. The quick serves. That's kind of how we started doing, and that way we usually like to take treats home at the end of our trip. And when you share quick serves, you find out you have a lot of quick serves left along with treats, and then back on the dining plan is what I'm talking about. And then you get a lot of treats to take home. So we're used to sharing.
What'd you think of the
good? We like the.
What'd you think? What's your take on the blue milk?
Oh, we love blue milk. It goes down so smoothly, and it's so easy to drink 1 or 2. The first time I tried the green milk back in October 2019, and it is okay. And Norma had the blue milk, and we kind of tasted each other's, and she didn't like the green milk. But now I like the blue milk too. So we always just get blue milk, and we have to get 2 because we don't want to share. And sometimes we get more.
Looks like
it goes down really smoothly. Like
I was saying in the beginning, you guys got a lot done, and you did a park hopper. Looks like you went over to Epcot, and I guess that's kind of your favorite. You also stopped off at the Riviera. That's a cool thing on the Skyliner to do, right?
Yeah, we love the Riviera. We were looking at getting more points, and if we can't get it at Saratoga, where we love Saratoga Springs, but Riviera would be the next. We'd probably buy some more points because right now we have Animal Kingdom, Kidani Village points. But we were in January 2020. We stopped at the Riviera to check it out, and we played outside bocce ball, and we loved it. I remember playing this in like high school and stuff. And we had a couple beers, and we played bocce ball. And it was really a fun time. And so we were going to go play some bocce ball, but unfortunately, group of 4 couples were playing it, and we kind of waited around for a while, but they continued to play it all. And so we were unable to play bocce ball, but at least we got to see Riviera. So.
There were some sad things about this trip of friends of ours that couldn't go. And one big one for me was my wife, Margita, was not able to come. And I think we would have, I think Norma would really connect with my wife, Margita, and she's a traveling tiara along with Judy. And I don't know if I got a chance to tell Norma, I really loved her tiara. Where did she get her tiara?
We went back to Germany that day because we loved to end our day in Germany, the World Showcase, and of course get caramel popcorn in Germany. And we were walking through the shops, and Norma saw the tiaras at one of the glass shops. And she's always talked about it. She always wanted it. And so I saw that she really liked one. So we decided to get an anniversary tiara, whatever. This one had a red stone in it. And the lady at the front at the checking us out was very helpful. She said, "Do you want a different color stone?" She said, "Oh, you can change the stone." Yeah. Apparently it didn't screw out. And so she got her birthstone, a sapphire, put that in it, and then she loved that crown. And I think she wore it about the rest of the time we were there. And she loved it because she's not a princess. She says, "I'm too old to be a princess. I am a queen." And so, yep, I said, "Yep, you are a queen." She's the queen of our family. So
she is the queen. I love that. Well, it looks great. I feel like she did pretty good shopping.
Yeah. Norma got some good clothes, and she got a real cute outfit from Hollywood Studios. She got like a little overall short that had Minnie Mouse in it, and that was pretty cute. And yeah, she likes to shop and get some cute items.
I love it. All right. So Saturday and Sunday were kind of the big days for the G3. Let's get your perspective on Saturday first. And what'd you think of the Kessler run? It was a little change we made because we don't have fast passes, but any highlights from the Kessler run? You said you did it ginger style. What in the world is that?
Well, we didn't meet at the beginning with the people who are doing the Kessler run. We just kind of, since it was our anniversary that day, we knew we were going to do like the monorail crawl later on. The Quest for Geek and Glory.
Yeah.
So we decided to just kind of stand back and just kind of do our own version of Kessler run. So we hit a lot of rides in a short time. And the ones we didn't do are a lot of the meetups that, like the boat meetups and stuff like that. But we did our kind of ourselves. We did get to the Geeking Country Bear Jamboree that I really wanted to do, and we thought that we had gone there in 2006, but now seeing it, I don't think we ever did that because I would have remembered. So it was awesome. There's so many geeks there, and it was such a fun, politically incorrect show. It was just great. We were going to take our grandkids back there when we go again the end of this year. So it's awesome. It's a must do now every time for me.
Well, I did count them for the cast member, and there was 30 of us. And I was going to say it's going to be hard to recreate the fun of having 30 geeks, but going with your grandkids might be a close one too.
Yep.
So,
I think they will love it.
I love
and
that.
A couple of my sons will love it too, I think, who have a little more of a dry sense of humor.
You'll be able to sing along now. You'll know all the songs.
Yep, I'm gonna have to actually learn some better. I'll have to watch it on YouTube or something, get the songs down so I can sing along better.
That was one of my fun things. I had planned to make some events be the Country Bears Jamborees with me because that's one of my favorites. We had Travis over at the Small World joining on the boats. I don't think you got a chance to do that if I'm looking at your report.
No, we didn't get over there in time.
You did go to Carousel of Progress with Judy. Yes or no?
Well, we went after Judy had already been gone, but we got to Carousel Progress. So we didn't get it to any of except for the Country Bear Jamboree. We didn't get any of the geek rides, unfortunately. But
you did
that was more of an anniversary thing.
We were talking about scavenger hunts, and Wendy Fox and I know Selena Roll, they both worked on this, what we call the Geek and Quest for Glory on the monorails. They got a lot of praise. We got a lot of fun with that. How was your experience doing that scavenger hunt?
Norma and I loved it. It was one of our highlights. We like to drink adult beverages, so that was an added benefit.
Yeah.
Norma was always trying to get me to do a monorail crawl, and I'm fun with this added scavenger hunt. Learned a lot of things that I didn't know too.
Right.
We started at Contemporary. We had a couple drinks at the Wave. Then we went and looked for some of the items we needed to find. We got a pressed penny and found out that Nixon gave the "I'm not a crook" speech there at Contemporary. That's kind of cool. Right. Something I didn't know as a history teacher, which is always fun to learn new stuff.
Yeah.
we met some cool geeks at the Outer Rim, had some drinks, and I got to try on the Podfather's wig because I forgot my wig, and that was a fun time.
Well,
these
a little
helped us with a couple of our stunts too.
Okay, yeah, that's right. I helped you out a little bit because we were doing some research, but yeah, the wig thing started on our trip last February. Ken, Uncle Grumpy, as we call him, Judy's husband, just out of clear blue, started wearing a wig down during our trip, and it was a lot of fun. Got a lot of looks from cast members and geeks as we were posting in our Facebook group, and so we had a wig contest, and some of us brought wigs down. Unfortunately, I don't think I ever saw or got a chance to get a picture with you with your wig on.
No, I never did catch up with you. I did get to get a picture with Ken that last day we were at Animal Kingdom because we tracked them down for a little to get Andy Judy some stuff to send somewhere. But yeah, I got a picture with Ken with my wig though. It's pretty cool. It was a dreadlock wig.
That was great. Ken's was like a Donald Trump, I think. It was the best way I could say.
It looked like a Donald Trump, like young Donald Trump.
Funny. So we did Grand Floridian and the Polynesian. Any highlights from those monorail crawl resorts?
First time ever in the Grand Floridian. It was awesome. Beautiful resort. I can see why people like to stay there. A lot of cool history, finding stuff, getting to see, was it Lillian Disney's crochet thing that she was in there or something like that. That was kind of cool.
Ah, yeah.
That was neat, and some other of the history. Our biggest picture there, because we took pictures of a lot of stuff as we're finding this stuff, was it was our anniversary, so it was kind of cool going to the wedding pavilion, finding that, and then we took a picture in front of the wedding pavilion gate. It was closed, but we had a nice little wedding kiss there in front of the gate that I took a picture of. So
perfect.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and you caught us.
We headed to Polynesian to catch you guys.
Yeah, one of my favorite lounges, the Tamboo Lounge.
Yes, Tamboo Lounge, and Norma always wants to get a Lapu Lapu drink whenever we're at Disney, so we usually jump on the monorail and go there. And so she got a Lapu Lapu drink. We looked for some more geeks things. I got like a Polynesian Mai Tai or something like that came with, and I paid a little extra because it came with a pretty cool cup.
Oh.
That was like a totem pole cup, and that was pretty cool.
Oh, cool.
And so
able to keep that.
And that was, yep. And I got to take that home, and it actually survived the flight home and everything. I'm always worried about bringing glass home in the suitcase, but your wine glasses and that survived it. I was so excited when they got home; they weren't broke.
I understand.
So yeah, we were running behind time, and so we had to hurry up and get on a boat. And we got lucky enough that we got on a boat and got back in time for the finish line.
Yeah, I think the timing was, for doing this for the first time, I think it was, like you said, a big success. And we got there, we had like an hour in each resort, which was really cool. I had we ran to the finish line and barely made it in time, but I'm pretty proud of your finish. Tell everybody how you finished in the prize.
Well, when we had a blackout, but when they were checking, apparently one of the things that we saw a chocolate figure, it wasn't the chocolate figure they were talking about, so we did not get that one.
Okay.
So somebody else did get first place, but we got second place, which was nice.
That is.
So we got like a gift card.
Yeah.
And I used the gift card to buy my grandsons 2 Mickey hooded sweatshirts, so they got the prize instead of us, but they'll love those hooded sweatshirts.
We'll talk more about this as we get the round tables together, and this is a big hit, and you could do this even, we'll give you the piece of paper, the scavenger hunt that we did, and we can embellish and do some more with that. But if you want to do that on your own, listeners, you can certainly do that on your own. And like Daniel said, I learned a lot too. It's fun. You run past so many things at Disney World, but there's a lot of hidden things, and we can have a lot of fun. I want to expand and look for other ways to create our own scavenger hunts. That was perfect. And you did, this is a place I've never eaten before, so I want to hear about Tony's Town Square Restaurant.
Yep. We've gone there 3 or 4 times. The last time we went there was in 2020, the night before the marathon, because we wanted to eat a lot of carbs. But I thought being at Magic Kingdom on our anniversary, that'd be the best place. I was actually going for the best food picture, but it was already closed out before we got there. And then Norma, because I was going to do a picture of the plate of spaghetti and meatballs, and then I was going to have a strand of spaghetti in my mouth and all the way over to Norma's mouth and take a picture.
Oh, no.
That was going to win the thing. But we didn't get there until 6, and it closed out at 5. And Norma, when I asked her to do that picture anyway, she gave me the looks to kill, like, why would I do that picture? And so then my next picture was I was going to push the meatball with my nose, but she said, that's gross. I would not eat that meatball if you pushed it with your nose.
So it all worked out in the end.
We had a good time. We had some spaghetti and meatballs. I did buy a bottle of Rosa Regal. That was actually more expensive than both of the spaghettis and meatballs, but it was nice as an anniversary thing, and we drank a bottle of Rosa Regal there. So
what's a bottle?
Really nice.
What does a bottle of Rosa Regal cost at Tony's Town Square restaurant? By the way, do you remember?
It was $59.
Wow,
$59, and the spaghetti was $24 a piece. So both spaghettis were cheaper than the bottle of Rosa Regal. I think Norma got 3 glasses out of it, and I got 4 glasses out of it. So
okay.
That was good.
Well, you must have been in a good mood. And
then that night, we got to meet up with you guys again, I believe, because we went to Epcot to have a beer, and I think you and Deirdre were there, weren't you?
Yes, we had left some friends that we had dinner with. I had dinner with some friends, my friend Nancy, over at the Wilderness Lodge, Geyser Point.
Oh, you Geyser Point, yes.
Nancy, Kim, and Kim's husband. We had a nice dinner, and Judy and Ken were there, and I think Deirdre was with me. But yeah, I recruited Deirdre to go over. I was on Facebook Live too, coming off that. I think we were on must have been on a bus. But anyways, yes, I was so excited. I want to go from park opening to park close on this weekend, and I was doing a good job. So glad to run into you guys. And we did the French movie the French movie, which is, it's different during the day. Yes. They do a Beauty and the Beast sing along during the day, and at night they do the traditional French going through the countryside with that beautiful music, right?
Yes, it is a very nice movie. First time we've ever seen it. We've never seen the movie in France, so it's really nice. I liked it.
I love it. So that was a good, fun, big Geekin' G3 day. And Sunday, this is the day that I ask it's my big one ask is that if you're there for the G3, at least come Sunday, Epcot, where we can do our 10:30 to 11 a.m. margaritas, as park was opening at 11. So we had Epcot again the next day. And well, how can you explain to everyone what it was like to meet all the geeks that were there, at least for the picture and for the margaritas? Can you give me your take on that Sunday, February 21st?
It was incredible to meet all the geeks, especially since I had been listening to all their stories, because I think about all the geeks there had done a trip report, and I hadn't. So I knew their stories.
Yep.
And it was so cool. I mean, Jeff Opoka is such a great guy, and his family's awesome. And he was actually behind us on Saturday in Big Thunder, and I didn't even know. And he said he saw my shirt and took a picture. And he said it was Jeff, and I said it was Dan. And that wasn't, going through my head who he was. I was thinking, Jeff Kessler, that's not Jeff Kessler. And I was walking, and then, oh my God, that's Jeff Opoka. I remember his trip report. And it's like, wow. And so, but meeting him and his family and we got there at rope drop to the Mexican pavilion, and we were meeting Carl. Oh my God, Carl and his family and everybody. It was just so cool. And I love the pin trading bingo thing that Carl did. That was awesome because I love pin trading. And so it was just, everybody was there. Carl's daughter, who I listened to her trip reports and stuff. Yeah. It's like, wow, this is so cool. All these people are here. And it's overwhelming.
That's the way I felt in the first one. I mean, for me, under the current, situation with the COVID and the restrictions, I was really concerned we really didn't have it figured out how we were going to do this meetup, how we were going to, first of all, meet at Mexican Pavilion, how we were going to take the picture. I am so pleased. Tell everybody where we had our frozen. Well, thank you for buying me a frozen lime margarita and nachos. I did finish.
Yep.
I did finish my frozen lime margarita, which I don't think even happened last time we did this. And, but you know, I could not, I'm so excited and trying to meet and talk to everybody. I was not able to finish my nachos. So I apologize for that.
No, that's the one thing I told Norma before we went. It says, Curtis loves frozen lime margaritas and nachos, and I want to be the person to buy that for him when we meet up on Sunday. And so she said, okay. And so, yep.
Well, I want to thank.
I didn't get to buy Annie Judy the drink before Tower of Terror, unfortunately, because I wanted to do that too. But I did get you at least this.
You know, I always talk about how generous our community is. You just mentioned Carl with the pin trade. He gave away things for that. We had a bingo game going on that Selena and Jackie, our sisters, they gave away things. You had a bunch of really cool giveaways because of where, yes. I think partly because of where you work. I have some of those. You've mailed them to me, and you had magnets, and I gave a couple of people some water bottles that are really nice. And I know you had the little bear who's the mascot for
the dog, Bernie the dog.
Oh, dog. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Bernie the dog. Yep. He's our the mascot for Adventureland. Yeah.
So thank you so much for giving away lots of fun things, and especially for the little kids, they get some stuff. And yeah, it's that turned out as good or better than I could possibly have imagined.
Yes, I agree. I loved it.
And then we had our picture, and that pulled off. That worked really well. Byron, Jamie's husband, was able to take the picture. I didn't know who was going to do that. So thank you, Byron. But we did. We started to break up there. We went, and a bunch of us did the Figment ride together, right?
Yep. We heard you were going to Figment, and we hadn't ridden Figment yet, and we love Figment. One of our favorite rides at Epcot. And so we said, "Oh, can I go with the geeks and do this?" And Norma said, "Yes." So we went and rode Figment.
Anything else for the Sunday? We all kind of hung around World Showcase, I know, but you at this point have done a lot of World Showcase.
Right. We went to Via Napoli since we already ate at Beer Garden the night before when you guys were eating, or on Monday. We decided to go to Via Napoli and have some pizza, and that was awesome too. And then we continued to go around Epcot and look for the chalk characters that they had on different buildings in the World Showcase because of the International Festival, Arts Festival. Also finished looking for the Figment that's were in the portraits. So we started looking for that stuff. So, and then we were going to hopefully meet up for the one thing I also wanted to do was the Mexican boat ride, but it was broken down. So we didn't get to do that.
I got on there later.
So that's the other thing.
I was able to get on there.
We did get on later. Yep, but not that day.
Were you with me? I'm not.
I was. Norma and I were there on. Was it Monday when we finally got on with you guys? I think it was you, Samantha, Wendy, and Deirdre.
Oh, cool.
And me and Norma.
That was fun, right?
We got a picture of that. Yes, that was. I love I like the Mexican boat ride. I love it.
Yeah.
Norma could take it or leave it, but I love it because of the music. And I love Mexican music. I just love it. That's probably why I love eating at Mexican restaurants, because I like listening to the music and being in that atmosphere. So.
I learned that Samantha dances on the Mexican boat ride, the same kind of dance, whether she's had a margarita or not.
Yeah, I noticed when they got there, they were a little. Yep.
That's right. So I'm going to finish up the last 3 days without going kind of hourly by hourly. I see a restaurant. You guys did Sanaa on Monday. What'd you think of Sanaa?
Yes. Oh my God, Sanaa. We had eaten there once before. I don't think we ever had the the Indian bread service. We had it this time. Oh my God, it was so good. I mean, I can't say enough about it. It just was great. They had the different type of Indian breads and the different type of sauces, which I love different sauces. I like to dip them in all the different ones. I like the spicy one the best, but I like all of them. And we devoured that pretty quickly. And then we both had the pachi plates, and Norma had chicken and I had the beef. And the beef, oh my Lord, it just melted in my mouth. It was so good.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear.
Sanaa, that's our home resort. So it was kind of cool to go back there because that's one of the reasons we went to. We usually always go to Boma's because that's kind of my favorite meal. Boma's is because I just love how you can just go eat all that different African cuisine. But now, I don't know. I mean, Sanaa's up there competing with Boma's, which one I pick. I don't know if we would do both every trip, but I don't know. Sanaa's pretty good.
Wow. Maybe the little thing I don't know. I agree with the bread service, but Boma's like my number 2 restaurant on all property. Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I love Boma's. Yes,
for sure. We only mentioned this quickly, so I want to know. Some people say this is the best thing you can do right now at Disney World, which is Savi's workshop.
Oh my gosh!
What'd you think of that experience?
The best thing I've done. It was I'm a Star Wars geek. I love Star Wars. I'm the type that every time the new show came out there that night when it released, I was there. I mean, the only one I didn't see it on the night it released was the first one because we didn't know yet. I saw it on the week it released, but not the night. All the other ones I saw on the night it released. And so I convinced Norman to let me do this. We went in there. It goes quick. It's only about 30 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes.
Okay.
But the show and the way they present it of you being there and selecting your kyber crystal and putting your lightsaber together is just it's awesome. It's a must do. I'll probably try to convince Norma to let me do it every time I go there, but that's expensive. But you could make a different lightsaber every time because they have 4 different types.
Okay.
I chose the Peace and Justice probably because retired police officer. I believe in peace and justice. And then I chose the blue kyber crystal. It was kind of between blue and purple. My favorite color is purple, but I think law enforcement has had a bad year this year, so I wanted to back the blue, so I picked the blue. So kind of the peace and justice type of thing. So, and I just, it was awesome. I can't say enough good things about it, and I can see why it's so hard to get in on it. And there was like a waiting list. People were coming up crying because they couldn't get in on it. I was sitting there waiting. So it's great.
Thanks for that. That is, you said your kyber crystal chose you.
Yes. They bring this thing out with all these glowing crystals, and they say that you don't choose it, it shows you. And it's like all these we're looking at, it's like, oh man, which one do I take? And my eyes just kept on going back to this one, and so I grabbed that one. Yep, so it kind of shows me.
I love that explanation. Do you like your souvenir now that you've got it home?
Oh my God, yes. And I took it to work with me on Thursday because I have a lot of geeks, Star Wars geeks that work with me in upper management here at the amusement park. And oh my God, they were like almost in tears when I let them hold it and just say, oh my God, and it's how real it is, how lifelike it is. I mean, it doesn't feel like a toy, like one of those plastic toys that we bought for our kids that you flip out. It's actually heavy. I mean, some of these kids that put them together, it's kind of like Luke Skywalker. They would have to use 2 hands to fight with it because they're not strong enough to lift this thing up, where an adult could use 1 hand. It's like, whoa, kind of like Luke Skywalker, what he fought the first time with 2 hands and stuff. So yes, it's so lifelike. And so I'm trying to find a good kind of some way holder for it so I can have it at my office in the summer, because my office is at the water park, and that way when my lifeguards come in, they can see it. It's like, okay, I'm a Jedi Knight, so don't make me mad. So
love that. Now, not nearly as exciting, but exciting to me because I love checking out the food, and I did a lot of quick service. I was looking at the menu for the Backlot Express, and I saw mostly burgers, but it looks like you had a Cuban sandwich. I'm curious what you thought of the Cuban sandwich there.
We always go and eat at the Backlot Express, it seems like, because it's cool when they have the shows, the Star Wars shows, because you can kind of sit there and watch them and stuff like that.
Yep.
But I was going through, and I didn't really want a hamburger, but I saw this Cuban sandwich. I thought, that sounds good. So I had never tried it before. So it was huge. And Norma, after I got it, said she wasn't hungry. It's like, oh God, I thought I was going to share it with you. It was so huge. It was probably a foot long, and it had cheeses and pickles and ham and all this different type of this really good sauce. And I ordered fries, but I didn't know it came with fries too. So I had all these fries, and I had some cheese sauces, and of course that goes down really easy when you put fries and cheese sauces. And I'm the type of person, when I grew up, my mother always told me, before you can leave the table, you have to clean your plate. And so I'm thinking, oh my God, Norma's not sharing with me. I can't eat all this. We were just on keto diet. And so we're not used to eating all these carbs. It's like, oh my gosh. And I wasn't able to finish it, unfortunately. So I had to kind of suck down my pride of finishing my plate, and had to, unfortunately, toss some away. It was so sad.
Yeah, that is sad, but I love big sandwiches, so I really appreciate your review, and it's exciting for me. I'll have something to try next time that is I'm in that area. So thank you for that. And one other place that I'm so glad you tried, because we've heard this on the podcast, and it's the Three Bridges that is back at the Coronado. That's kind of a bar area, right?
Yes. We were wanting to go there to eat, but it was so crowded. And so I love this order on your phone stuff. I mean, for quick stirs and stuff, it's great. It's just so quick, and where it gives you time. So, but they had that up for the Three Bridges. So I ordered them on my phone, and I ordered the churros because I heard that they were really good. And I love wings. I've been on the keto diet. We eat a lot of wings because they're low carb. So I had this Sheshin, I don't know how they say that, peppercorn wings. And oh my Lord, I could have ate 2 plates of those.
Nice.
And then I got the braised pork tacos. And those braised pork tacos were so juicy and tender to me. And they were just smaller ones. And so they're just a perfect size. And it just went down so I really would like to go back and try it in the actual restaurant, but it was the takeout was so good, and it was really good to eat. It's a return place, definitely.
Yes, I'm so glad you did that. Daniel, this has been I'm so glad you got to do your trip report after all the work that you put into the podcast. Is just to finish up, was there maybe a favorite thing that you learned at the podcast? Anything that we recommended that kind of worked out really well for you? Or are you glad you've been listening to the podcast?
I'm so stoked about this podcast family. You're so inviting, and I felt so part of the family. And just everything that you have given people, if they listen to it, would help them. Rope drop, full stink, all that stuff is so important, especially in COVID times. Since we don't have fast passes, rope drop is really important, and a lot of the meal tips and stuff like that. So I'm just glad I found you guys, and it's been a pleasure.
Thank you, pal. I think you're getting a little emotional there. I think I've heard a little bit of this emotion from other people, and I feel the same way. I almost lost it during my little speech. I'm thankful Wendy was able to thank others for me, so I didn't miss anybody. I almost lost it like the first time, but I got it together because you guys, people like you, and you've learned there's others in this community that are really special people. You fit right in so well with us and your wife, Norma, and we're so happy to call you friends and geeks. Yep. Stay in touch. All right, pal?
I definitely will.
Thanks for all your support. Thanks for bringing all the stuff that you did and being a Patreon supporter too. And we will continue this friendship, and we'll meet again, I hope, next year for another G3.
Yep. Planning on it.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Well, Daniel got a little emotional there at the end. I didn't expect that. And it's something really cool about the podcast that I've learned to appreciate, that this podcast medium can really impact people when they get to hang out with friends and people that relate to them. It's a really cool way to share your love for Disney World with others that think the same way you do. And one of my pals that hung around with me during the G3, this was a intro from Deirdre Watts going back a year ago, but Deirdre and I hung out a lot. We're going to be doing a roundtable with some of our other friends that hung out with us at the G3 coming up this week. I'm going to be recording that, and you'll hear some more trip stories coming up real soon. I love getting those intros from you guys. You can create one for us. It's pretty easy. It's fun. Just use your phone. There's lots of ways to record your audio on your mobile phone. And I suggest just telling us your name, where you're from, a fun Disney World fact about yourself, and that you go geeking on Walt Disney World with Curtis and the whole Geekin family. Email those to me at kurt.stone@geekinonwdw.com. There's a couple of ways you can voluntarily support us. I'm so excited and grateful for that support I receive through patreon.com. Patreon.com is where you can pledge a monthly donation to our show. It's easy to do, and I really appreciate all of you guys who do that. I try to put out some live audio recordings from Disney World that I've been putting out since last week and many weeks before. From those old ones, if you join, you'll get a chance to listen to those. They're really easy to listen to from patreon.com. Last week, I did one with a little coffee walk, the start of my Grand Geek and Gathering trip. And then I was in Animal Kingdom chatting, and then Ruby McChesney was in line with me in Flight of Passage, and I got a little bit of that recording. I got more coming out this week and the weeks to come. I have like 40 recordings I got to get out to you guys, and you can enjoy those if you join patreon.com and support me there. I really appreciate if you do. And support Mama and Auntie Judy, the travel agents, travelingtiaras@gmail.com. Email them your plans. Even if you've already booked your trip, if it's been within the last 30 days, you can transfer that trip. It's really easy to do, and then we get a little commission on that. You get all of their support, and especially if you need help booking your trip, we'd love to be your travel guides. Again, email them at travelingtiaras@gmail.com. We are committed to helping you enjoy your Disney World vacation. Just reach out to me if you'd like to do a trip report, book a trip, review your plans, say hi, whatever. Kurt.stone@geekinonwdw.com. Thanks for going geeking on Walt Disney World with us. We really appreciate you listening and geeking with us every single day. We love you, geeks. Have a magical day, and I hope all your dreams come true. By popular demand, I'm bringing on the traveling tips with the traveling tiaras.
Hey, geeks, how are you?
You got to do that again.
Can't do it again, sorry.
You still haven't learned how to do this.
No, we haven't.
I kept my lip buttoned. She's very excited. Pent up demand.
Can you be quiet? Hold on. Right. And I want to remind everyone, you got to go out to my website and don't talk when I'm talking.
What?
Never mind. Don't listen to him. Go on.
So you got to go out to our website. A miracle. Got it. Okay.
Did we do good recording in the car?
I think it worked out all right.
Good. Excellent.
Sounds like you're remote.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Let's get the recording started. Here he comes. There he is.
Hello.
He's connecting to audio.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Awesome.
Sounds like a fish tank in the background, though.
Oh, I can turn that off. Let's see.
Is it a fish tank?
space heater.
Ah, okay.
Nope, it's a heater.
Yeah, is it cold?
I'm upstairs in the. I'm upstairs, and this is kind of an older. This section of the house is an older farmhouse, and so the heat is not good upstairs.
All right.
So we have space heaters.
Same thing with my room. Only though, when I turn on a space heater, I take out the power in 2 bedrooms, including my office.
Yeah, we've done that too. We've blown some fuses before with space heaters. So we live in an older farmhouse. It has nice wiring and all that stuff, and the older farmhouse has bad wiring. So yeah, we blow some fuses too.
Let's see. Now, one thing I was concerned, Daniel, because I know when you come on the Zoom call, sometimes you freeze up a little bit. So,
okay.
What I might do is maybe we'll just go. Well, we won't do the video when we record. See if the audio will not be impacted.
Okay.
Let's see how it goes. If it starts to freeze up, then we'll try that way of going. Sound good?
Sounds good. Yeah.
Let's see if are you ready to do a trip report?
Yes, I am. Still kind of have the Disney depression though of being back.
Yeah, I know. Only thing keeping me going is the excitement of hearing everyone's comments and perspective on it.
Right.
That's helping.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah. The prospects of a full week of work is not feeling good either.
When do you go back? The Monday? Tomorrow?
Well, I was back Thursday and Friday.
Oh, really?
But I knew the weekend was coming fast too.
All right. So short week.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Are you ready? Let me actually get my.
Yes, I am.
Let me get my notes. So just a couple things. I think you know that I'll introduce you with your 3 fun facts, and then I'll give you that and a little bit of that.
Yep.
So then you can say, "Hey, geeks," after I introduce you.
Yep.
I think you know that, but just to let you know that's coming. And because I'll say, I'll say, "Welcome, Daniel Ginger," and then I'll play those audio clips so you can wait till those are over. Wait till the crowd dies down before.
Okay. Sounds good. Dies down. Okay.
And what else did I want to tell you? Yeah. So for your trip report, I'm going to give you, you got some great detail day by day. So we'll try to stick to that. I would only say, let's hit the highlights of like food, drink, try to stay away from, we went on this ride, we went on that ride, and any stories that you can think of.
Okay.
Anything that really, that you really enjoyed. I got some questions at the end. I mean,
stood out.
Yeah. Hit the fun stuff, and but I don't mind going day by day. And I have a couple questions if we want to at the end and in the beginning to kick us off. But then we'll dig into the day by day. Again, kind of hitting the favorites, and also think about how the podcast helped, the planning and the enjoyment of the trip, things you tried. That'd be fun.
Right. Yes. We had a lot of firsts that I heard at the podcast. So
yeah, that's perfect. Absolutely. And I'm just going to get my notes.
Country Bears first.
That was a good one to do a first for.
That was fun.
All right.
It was awesome. We are definitely taking the grandkids back when we go in the end of October, beginning of November, to the Country Bears.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we got to talk about your next trip. Left to the screen. I don't know if actually, look, why don't we just let's kill the video. I'm just gonna Can I? How do you stop the video? Stop video. I'm going to stop my video. Why don't you stop your video too, so we get the best audio we can. Do you see that in the options?
Right. Yep. Got it. Okay.
That might help. Because this is an audio podcast anyway, although
right.
We'll talk tomorrow.
That's one of the bad things about living out in the country.
I hear you. All right, I'm ready to go. And I'm already recording. We're good to go. Thanks, pal. Good job.
Yep.
Thanks. I'm going to put my, that finishes the official, put my video back. Ooh.
Awesome. Sorry about getting emotional. I'll try to hold it in.
Wow. Yeah, that surprised me.
Oh.
No problem.
Yeah. It's just been a good journey. It's a great journey, especially with all those Wednesday, Thursday meets and all that stuff. It's,
yeah,
it's like one of those things that you want your wife to love it as much as you. So you're kind of like, oh, she loves it. So
yeah, have you guys?
It was surprising.
So the conversation that you've had since you left, anything in particular stick out from her experience? I mean, she had a good time, right?
Yeah. She really loved you, and for some reason, she really, really loved Samantha. I don't know how they clicked or what, but
that doesn't surprise me.
Really liked her, and she had fun. She loved the activities and stuff like that. She wishes we could have. Our main goal there was, of course, the anniversary, and that this kind of came along afterwards, and so. We probably could have done a lot more, but we're kind of trying to also focus on our anniversary.
I like how you did it.
When she brought up,
I like the balance that you guys.
Yeah, and when she brought up possibly going to the next G3, and if we plan on just the G3, we'd be like there doing all those meets and all that stuff. That's like sweet. That'd be awesome. And so,
I hope my wife
surprising because
is there too.
You never know how your spouse is going to like it, and I was like. Because I know I will listen way more than she does. So I think she would go good with Margita.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt at all. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, pal, for hanging in there for an hour and a half with me. And I'll probably.
Thank you.
I'll probably
doing it.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do here. I'm trying not to make any promises because I got 5 episodes that I have recorded before G3, but I want this content to get out.
Right.
I want this content to get out fast. So I'm probably going to release this next week.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to try to double up some episodes. Sorry for your podcast listening, but I'm probably going to double. If I can pull it off, that's a lot of editing to commit to, but if I can pull it off, I'm going to try to do 2 a week for a little while. That's my challenge. But
if you do a roundtable, I'd love to participate for that too.
Yes, absolutely.
That'd be fun.
I'm going to get a couple different groups. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I do want to pull some of those people that have never been on shows before, probably together is what I was thinking of. And some of us that hung out together a lot, maybe bring them into one. So yeah, I'll have a couple of different groups for sure. 3 or 4.
So does this mean I'm a super geek now?
That's right. I got to put you in the. Hey, you
yes.
are. You're. See,
I want to be a super geek since September.
You are. Thanks for reminding me. I was going to forget. Yeah. So I'll get you in there and send me.
I told my wife I've been wanting to have a podcast trip report forever, so I can be a super geek.
Send me a picture of you and your wife from this trip, and then I'll put you guys in there. I'll put you both in there.
Yep. Wait.
Oh,
okay.
All right.
Sweet.
Dude, have a good Sunday.
Yep. Yes. You too.
We'll be talking.
Say hi to Margita.
I will.
Yep.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, pal.